My title of favorite Gravity Falls character has changed quite a lot throughout the years. At one point it was Dipper, at another it was Seuss, even at one point it was Ford. However, for a very long time, my favorite Gravity Falls character was Mabel Pines. She was the funny, comic relief type character that would distract the kids for a good 22 minutes. She was a really fun and likable character when I was 10, at least in my opinion. That wasn't until CC West exposed her as a selfish little brat. After I watched the video, I kind of realized the writers took a hot, steamy dump on Mabel's character. No hate to the writers or anything, but they kind of butchered Mabel. After watching it, me and a lot of other people had dropped Mabel from our favorite characters list down to our least favorite characters. Some people even hold Pacifica higher on their favorite characters list. That's how you know you're fucking screwed. Some people have made posts and videos about why Mabel is a terrible character, while others have defended Mabel and say CC West is wrong. I'm here to give my 2 cents on the topic. I'm going to give you the basic rundown of Mabel's character, explain some moments that made certain people hate her, and give my personal opinion on Mabel. So, let's get started, shall we?
What up, bitch? I got a what-up, bitch? What's inside the question block? It's my dick!
Mabel Pines is a 12-year-old girl arriving to Gravity Falls, Oregon with her twin brother, Dipper Pines. She's a bubbly young girl with intent on making the most of her summer. She's caring and fun, attempting to make friends at every turn, whether she succeeds or not. At the beginning, she doesn't have any malice or hold any grudges. However, as the series progressed, her actions became a bit more self-serving. Mabel is known to manipulate her brother and or friends to achieve her goals. Most of the time, it's trying to woo the boy of the week. She's known not only to manipulate people, but downright betray them. And when she's not doing that, she's either playing with or bullying her brother Dipper. A lot of the time, she usually insults basic things like his height or masculinity, and drags the teasing out so much that Dipper attempts to change himself to avoid humiliation. In some episodes, Mabel even has straight-up sociopathic tendencies. Whether it be trying to force people into love with magic, whether it be trying to mind control someone, Mabel will do it without hesitation. Mabel is also known to have committed a plethora of crimes. Yes, straight up crimes. Some of them being theft, some of them being vandalization, some of them being trespassing. She's even kidnapped people before. So on top of just being a little bit of a bad person, she's also a criminal. This isn't what I hate Mabel for. A lot of characters in Gravity Falls have committed crimes. Pretty much everyone has. But here are some moments that made people hate Mabel.
Though I've never seen a sword of quite that shape or size. Oh god, that's not a sword, it's your dick in disguise.
The earliest moment from my recent memory is Season 1, Episode 15, The Deep End. Basic plot synopsis is another Mabel chasing a boy episode. The boy she's thirsting after is Mermando the Merman. He was separated from his family recently, has been trapped in the pool ever since. Dipper has gotten a job at the pool to impress Wendy, and Mabel is trying to get Mermando back to his family. How noble of her. She's giving her time to help her crush get back where he belongs. That's pretty sweet, right? Until you realize she sacrificed nothing and made Dipper sacrifice his job. She steals one of the coolers from the pool to put Mermando in, despite having a cooler she could have taken from the Mystery Shack. If you're arguing it'd be too heavy to carry it, have you ever carried an empty cooler before? She was going to fill the cooler up at the pool anyway, and she took the golf cart from the Mystery Shack, so what point was there to take the one from the pool? Yeah, she just felt like committing theft. I don't know. Then Dipper chases her down for literally stealing the pool's property because that's his job. Then Mabel gets to the water, drops Mermando, then she tricks Dipper to giving Mermando mouth-to-mouth for blackmail. She literally says,
blackmail.
Then, after doing everything she's already done, she has the gall, the absolute fucking
audacity
to ask Dipper to use the megaphone, which is also pool property. Dipper folds to Mabel's emotional manipulation and gives her the megaphone. Glorious. Sadly, there's not much more to this episode that I really could or want to talk about, so let's move on to the next. Next episode, which goes much more into the sociopathic aspect that I talked about prior, is Season 1, Episode 17, Boys Crazy. Yeah, 2 whole episodes passed without Mabel being a selfish little brat. Now, the same thing as the Deep End is going down, she selects this one band called several times, and trespasses to meet them backstage with her friends Candy and Grenda. They see that the band are being kept inside, being fed and raised like hamsters, drinking from a little tube while other mini versions of them are being developed in a test tube. Its commentary on how all boy bands are the same is pretty funny. Anyway, the girls save several times, taking them home and teaching them how to be, normal, functioning members of society. Pretty noble, right? Mabel saved imprisoned members of a boy band with their friends. Except she refuses to let them free, trapping the boys to be with her and backstabbing her friends. No joke, she literally calls for several times to throw her friends out because they were trying to tell her that she needed to let the boys free. I repeat, she is literally kidnapping these guys, refusing to let them go, and then removes her friends for calling her out. What the fuck? The only reason she even let them go in the end was because several times sang a song that made her self-reflect and feel guilty for a bit. She then lets the boys free, and Candy and Grenda forgive her for some odd reason, as the episode ends. Sure, you're thinking I'm going to go into sock opera, but I won't, both for the sake of time and because it's just a longer, little bit more consequential version of the deep end. So I'm going to skip straight to the final saga of episodes that made people absolutely despise Mabel and see her as a rotten character. I know there's a lot I'm skipping here, but I really just kind of want to get into this as soon as possible. The Weirdmageddon Saga. Oh Lord in heaven above, the Weirdmageddon Saga. This saga is when Mabel's worst shined through. She is pretty terrible from start to finish in this arc, and I am not joking. She literally proves how selfish she is from the beginning of this arc's first episode. Not to say I don't like the arc at all, it was a great ending to the series, but god damn it, Mabel was terrible in this arc. So let's set the stage for you. Ford, the man Dipper has been wanting to meet and has admired this entire summer, offers Dipper an apprenticeship in Gravity Falls. They would study the strangest things and create all kinds of new creations to benefit and or doom humanity. Now, Dipper wants this. He really wants this. This is something that's going to improve his life completely. Mabel was out this whole time inviting friends to their 13th birthday party. Sadly, her friends can be there. Then Wendy crushes Mabel's dreams and tells her that being a teenager, kinda sucks. Mabel is now in them sad boy times. Stan tells her that she at least has Dipper. She wipes her tears and cheers up knowing her brother will be with her. That is until she hears over a walkie-talkie that Dipper is accepting Ford's apprenticeship offer. She then shoves her head in her sweater and waits for Dipper. Dipper is obviously excited about this offer, coming in with a smile on his face to see Mabel curled up in a corner. He tells Dipper about the fact that she heard him accepting Ford's apprenticeship. Dipper then says, "This is a huge opportunity for me," which Mabel responds, "But it's a horrible opportunity for me." Yes, Mabel is stopping Dipper from getting a life-changing apprenticeship to spare her feelings. Why? Because it's all about Mabel. She has to get what she wants, and if she doesn't, she gets angry. She's selfish in almost every way imaginable, and no, this isn't the end of it. Mabel then runs off, accidentally taking Dipper's bag. She then runs into Blendin Blandin, a time traveler that has appeared in a few episodes. Blendin pretty much says, "Hey, you want summer to last forever, right? Give me the globe with dark matter or some inside it, and you can have summer last forever." Now, Blendin has absolutely no reason to help her with these endeavors, and there is absolutely no way he could have just overheard her saying this shit. But because Mabel is blinded by her own selfish needs, she takes out the globe thing from Dipper's bag. I repeat, she carelessly gives away an item from Dipper's bag so she could feed some selfish desires she had. So it turns out that Blendin was actually Bill in disguise, and Mabel had brought on the apocalypse.
I'm gonna give me some of that plankton penis tomorrow. Sexy ass nigga. Look at you looking all cute. Wearing my shit.
Yeah, the globe with what looks to be a literal universe inside was actually important and not to be given away. Who knew? Bill then knocks her out and locks her in a bubble. Then we skip to Mabelland. Mabelland is the worst part of the Weirdmageddon arc, and I was dreading having to talk about it, but here we go. Wendy, Seuss, and Dipper go inside the bubble that Mabel is being kept in. It's all sunshine and rainbows, the normal Mabel thing. They go and see her in the castle she's made. She sees them and is like, "Hey guys, I'm the ruler of this world. Sick power fantasy, right?" Then Dippy Fresh enters. So Dippy Fresh is an absolute slap in the face to Dipper in every way possible. This is the cooler version of Dipper in Mabel's eyes. Not only cooler, but more supportive. So Dipper thinks that Mabel is not... Wait, So Mabel thinks that Dipper is not and has not been supportive. Just roll the clips.
Hey, you let me keep my extra millimeter.
You earned it.
Aw, thanks.
One ball, please.
You only get one chance.
And a one, and a two, and a...
Ow! My eye!
Hey, Wendy, are you okay? You know, this is the perfect time for me to ask you something.
Dipper has sacrificed so much for this selfish, entitled muncher. But the one time he makes a decision to benefit himself, Dipper is suddenly unsupportive. Mabel and Dippy Fresh. Dipper explains that it's a trap set by Bill, which was obvious. However, Mabel doesn't care. She wants her friends to hide in this bubble forever to avoid the apocalypse that she caused. Yeah, Mabel not only causes the apocalypse, but refuses to help to fix it because, as previously established, she's a selfish little muncher. She then proceeds to give her friends whatever they want, distracting them long enough. Then Dipper finds Wendy. Wendy pretty much says, "Damn, bro, if you were a bit older, I'd be all on your meat, bro. Ask Mabel to make you older, and I'd jack you off forever." But Dipper is an absolute Chad. He realizes this isn't real and says he wants to go back to the real world. And apparently mentioning the real world is a crime in Mabel Land, because the waffle guards get ready to throw Dipper out. Mabel comes in and is like, "Yo, let's not do that," and stops Dipper from being thrown out. But like every good action Mabel takes, there's a more terrible thing she does right afterwards. Being the rule of this world, she can excuse Dipper of his crimes and let him stay. But instead,
She puts him on trial.
she makes her brother go on trial to stay in this world. If he loses, she stays and he leaves. If he wins, they both leave. Long story short, Dipper wins using common sense. The bubble is destroyed and everyone's out. Mabel gives some apology. Yada yada, they stop the apocalypse, yada yada. These moments made people absolutely hate Mabel. And it's not just these, there are a lot more that I've skipped over for the sake of time. If I were to talk about each and every single one of them, this video would probably be around 30 to 40 minutes long, and I'm not trying to do that. But these all show how selfish and rotten Mabel can be. And they're not few and far between, sometimes one episode or less between. Now, I know you guys probably don't care, and you probably have already assumed my opinion on Mabel, but I'm still going to say it anyway.
I'll break your glass jaw like it was made of fucking straw, man. Shredding you up for some bigger fapping with his claw hand.
I don't like Mabel, as you've already probably guessed. I think she's a rotten character with more bad qualities than good, if it hasn't been, obvious throughout this video. Every good thing she does, it seems like she does something 10 times worse right after. While I do think she's a bad person, I don't think she's evil, and I don't think she's a bad character. She has done a lot of and did not get any comeuppance, and she goes unpunished. That is what gets me the most angry about the Mabel situation. But I don't think she was a bad character, and I don't think the Gravity Falls team did very bad at writing her. She just didn't end up as the character they expected her to be. But what do you guys think? Write down in the comment section below. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Anyway, I'll see you later. See me on the next video.